Weird.
Morning everyone, welcome back to the tiny house. It's been a little while since we filmed last, so we got a little bit to fill you in on. So I'll show you what's happened and kind of what we're doing today. So after a lot of thought, we decided it would be best to move the tiny house. And essentially why we decided that is the house is kind of in a prime location, and that's kind of why we picked it. But then we realized there'd be more outdoor space in the prime location if we move it. And so that's the main thought process. And so where we want to move it, it's not too far. Basically want to turn it 90 degrees and bring it right about here. Right where these stakes are is kind of be the front of the house. And so that was a hard decision to make because it's a lot of work to move it, but we feel in the end it'll be well worth it. The work that needs to be done to be able to move it, we've already started. There were 4 trees we had to cut down. There's a stump there. There.
Can I say hi?
Yep, and over here. You want to say hi, Cease?
Hi.
You, Mom, and Soso are going to go to the splash pad, right?
Yeah.
Fun. So last time we were up, which was the 4th of July, we cut those 4 trees down with some help of family. Those are all stacked up. And so this weekend, we're here for a long weekend, and we plan on grinding these stumps down. We have a stump grinder rented. We're gonna grind the stumps down, and then we're going to level this area off so we can move the tiny house. So we're getting close to move it.
Hey, Daddy. We're going to the splash pad.
I know.
Now. We're going to the splash pad.
You gonna be good for Mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
You gonna have fun?
Yeah.
I've already ground a couple stumps already today to practice. I've never done it before, and it's pretty easy. They were old stumps, which supposedly will grind faster. So next we'll move on to this birch tree and then an old pine. I think the pine's really old. That's going to go easy. We'll see how this birch goes because it's probably the biggest stump to grind. So follow along. Well, first couple stumps are done. The birch, as you can see, took a lot longer than the other ones, but to be expected, I guess. But didn't hit any rocks or break any teeth, which is good. Got all the wood out, all the big roots out, so that's good. And the other one, you saw, it took no time at all. That thing was rotting and pretty small. So I'm going to dig around some of the other stumps over here and then grind those down. Most of them are, a couple of them are a little bigger and brand new cuts, so it'll take a little longer, but let's get to work.
But it's a bunch of ground that's going to probably decompose.
Yeah, all the wood is organics, which you don't want under the structure. I think we'll be all right. Mix it up all tomorrow.
Yeah.
Whenever I do that.
Yeah, I wonder if you want to do the work tomorrow just to give Sophia more time to.
If I can get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see. I didn't ask. I didn't ask when I picked up.
Yeah. Things have changed.
Well, all the stumps are grounded down. All the stumps are gone that we wanted gone. I'm sure there's still some stumps around, but we wanted to get the rental back as a 4-hour rental. We were a little over, but I think it'll be fine. So I was kind of hurrying at the end there. You know, all these stumps, we put all the dirt back. There's still some to do. So get that done and be done for the day. Maybe go to the lake and cool off for a while. So follow along.
Hey.
The thing about paddle boats is cool is like I can do it with a beer.
Yeah.
Right. That's that you can trouble.
They've been up here. Right? When our kids have life jackets. Hiding fresh out the kitchen. Mama rolling that body, got every fan in her wishes.
Yeah, throw it, Sophia.
House and hang out, and this is a true story about that night. Hope you guys dig it.
Break time.
Right here is better than up there with the bugs.
For sure.
Where did it go away?
I got the rope.
You're going out, Sophia.
Yeah, everything's got to
Yep, that too. Good morning, everyone. It's a new day. Today is Saturday. Yesterday we didn't have any specific projects. I'll kind of show you a couple things I got done. But otherwise we hung out, we went to the lake, had a lot of fun. So what we got done yesterday was basically like material handling stuff. And what I mean by that is that big pile of siding that we've had was right here, but we need that area cleared out so we can level this, and also so we can trench back the electrical when we need to. So just moving that was a lot of work. And also getting all the materials out of the truck, all the rock, class 5 cement blocks, and then the 4x6 knee brace posts that are gonna go for the treehouse. Brought 2 of those down yesterday. I was too tired to bring the other ones. They're pretty heavy and it's quite a hike. So we'll have to get those back down there today or tomorrow before we leave. But for today, we got the dingo rented and we're going to level this out as best we can. And it'll be one step closer to getting it moved. So that'll be exciting. But I'm on the clock. Only have 4 hours with the machine, so let's get it unloaded and get to work.
One week later.
Hey everyone, it's a new weekend for us. Last weekend we were trying to grade it, and I didn't get a lot of footage because I knew I was going to be strapped for time almost instantly, and I was right. So I rented the machine for 4 hours expecting to get everything done, and I returned it at 5.5 hours and not done. But that's okay. This weekend we came up to kind of finish that, so I'll show you what we did. So you can see the pads and where the tiny house is going to be moved to. After the grading, it still wasn't completely level, so with shovels we dug up where the pads would be. You can see the kind of the mounds of dirt. And then for each pad is about 3 to 4 inches of gravel and some paper base, and then the concrete pads. So everything is perfectly level. Each concrete block is perfectly level with all the others, so we're in really good shape there. Only had 1 battery for the camera today, so didn't really record any of it. But now we're going to go on a 4-wheeler ride and do a little surprise. So we're excited for that. We're going to have some fun. Follow along.
One week later.
Good morning. It's I would say it's a new weekend, but that would be lying because it is middle of the week, and we have one big goal today, and that is move the tiny house. So we have a company coming out to do the actual move. They have specialized equipment for moving sheds, which would take me much longer to do and much harder if rented some equipment. So the goal today is to get it moved. But what needs to be done before we do that? You saw that we got all the pads laid out and ready for the house to be moved onto it. The last thing there is the electrical is still trenched to the house and installed at the moment. If you're new here, you can see our power pole, our electricity panel over there, and there is trenched right underneath the pile of lumber there, underneath the ground, all the way to the tiny house, and you can see the PVC conduit going up into the house. And so we need to back trench back from the house back to about here where the corner of the tiny house will be. So we need to dig all that out by hand. We can't use a trencher because obviously the electrical wire is down there, so we have to dig carefully through there. There is the electrical marking caution tape, so I will know when I'm getting close, which is, I'm glad I did that, and get that moved, and then get the house moved. So excited. I have a lot of work ahead of me because they're going to be here around noon. It's a little after 7. So better get to work and follow along.
If I were to walk down the sidewalk and there had been a bunch of baby bunnies, Justin Jefferson was out for personal reasons, and Darisaw was not signed for a one-year deal. The press conference, power trip style. For the 30th anniversary on August 28th, 19. It's so explain it. Is it a burrito that's cotton candy, or is it cotton candy shaped like a burrito? What kind of, what's the hybrid here? What are we doing? How excited do offensive linemen or not stay? All you got to do is go to governhelmetmen.com/helmetforheroes. You can enter until October 4th, thanks to
Well, it's a little dark in here because the power's off. Meaning no lights. So this is the box I'm going to install. What height exactly? The male adapter. We'll drill a hole, put the male adapter in upside down. So I want this cut right about there. Obviously, we're not going to be able to cut the wires with this, so hopefully we can just cut the PVC. All right. I want to slip that down as far as I can, basically till it's flush with the sill. Then cut the cable there. That gives me extra on the downstream side. And obviously I have plenty on the upstream side. So it means I have to dig out deeper so I can slide this down a foot before I cut it. I'm going to do that. I think that's far enough. I couldn't really dig much deeper with the shovel, so cut it here. That'll be able to take the wire out from the bottom, and maybe I can bring this up and get it out of the hole that way. The power is off. Whew, that was a challenge. That was a challenge. That was tough. Now we'll go outside. We can take the cable completely out, fill that hole. In theory, that's all we need to do to be able to move the house. All right, let's go. It's raining, but we got to push through. Be ready when the mower gets here. All right. The mover showed up on time and went straight to work. He started by raising up the far end of the house and lowering it onto a dolly. He then raised the close end of the house, which probably took 5 minutes. He started slowly pulling the house into its new home. All was going well until it wasn't. The terrain is not flat, and there was a slight uphill section. And the house is so heavy that instead of the machine pulling the house up the small hill, it was actually pulling the floor joist away from the rest of the floor. We raised the house higher and screwed in several supports to help strengthen the floor to help the house get over that small hill. Unfortunately, this is when the memory card got full, and there isn't footage of the rest of the move. The added supports were still not strong enough, so we moved the dolly to the near end of the house and the machine to the far end of the house. This allowed him to push it instead of pull it. This did the trick. He got the house over the hill and into its new location. He slowly lowered it down onto the new foundation without any issues. It probably took an hour and a half to get everything moved, but if the terrain had been flat, I bet it would have been done in less than a half hour. With the house in its new home, I trenched the electrical back into the house, installed the new electrical box, and reconnected the cut wires. I really wanted to get this done so the next time the family came up, we could just walk in the door and turn the lights on. It was a long day and I was exhausted by the end of it. Moving the tiny house was a big investment in time. We've been to the cabin 9 times so far this year, and 4 of them were spent prepping and moving the house. But I'm still happy that we made that decision, but relieved it's over. Now we can begin working on other projects. Until next time.